All right, let's talk about some NFL. Appreciate everybody for checking back in. Goodfellas Sports TV. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. And, we're going to talk a little bit about Cam, a little bit about Dez. But let's start off with Gerald McCoy. He had a season-ending injury, quad injury to be exact, to kick off the 2020 training camp, first full padded practice. So, I mean, unfortunate. Gerald McCoy is one of the really nice guys in the league. I mean, he was the first Cowboy I can remember in a long time that called out Jerry Jones for not speaking up on black issues and racial issues and just social injustice. And Jerry Jones went like 180 days until they basically reported the camp to speak on the situation. And then he did the great Gregory Hine tap dance between the subject. You know what I'm saying? And you know what, man? I like Gerald McCoy, man. I know we had an opportunity in Detroit. I'm a Lions fan, by the way. Check my Lions channel out, Motor City Sports Talk, Detroit everything. All right. And we could have took Ndamukong Suh or Gerald McCoy. And obviously I was happy with Suh. But Gerald McCoy is just a nice dude. You just tell he seemed to be very, very genuine. He rotted down there in Tampa for years. They didn't put the best team around him out down there. But you know what, man? A small part of me, and I hate the Dallas Cowboys. I ain't always used to hate them. In the 90s, they was the team. They really was America's team. But, I was kind of rooting for the Cowboys this year because I like Gerald McCoy. And I wanted Dak to get the bag from Jerry Jones, similar to what happened with Joe Flacco. When Joe Flacco, they didn't pay him. He bet on himself. He went out there and did phenomenal things. And I was hoping the same thing for Dak. So I wasn't rooting for them because I like the Cowboys. I was rooting for them to hurt Jerry Jones. And Jerry Jones won't do to Dakota Prescott what he did to Quincy Carter. All right. But, man, I hope Gerald McCoy bounced back. And that quad injury didn't sound like it was too good. And they surely announced after that it was a season-ending injury. So, at the end of the day, whatever you believe in, at that point, to be honest, I would just, I probably would retire if I was him. I know the love of the game is tough. You know what I'm saying? And, you want to give it a go. But I would retire. But whatever you believe in, keep them in your thoughts. But, Alex Smith, another dude. Like, why in the hell would you want to come back after that leg injury? I know money is everything. He seemed like a smart guy. Most quarterbacks are. If I'm Alex Smith, it's no way, Jose, I'm coming back. You know what I'm saying? Alex Smith he almost lost his life. He almost lost his leg. And the Redskins should just do the 100 thing and say, you know what, man? We know you love playing football. We gonna keep paying you. We gonna pay you what you owe, and you just gonna be an ambassador for the organization, all right? And I see they hired that black guy today, the former running back, to be their team president. That's what happened when organizations get in trouble, with the racial thing, with the Native Americans, and then everything that's going on. They bailout card is to play the black card, by the way. But that's all I'm saying on that note. Love me some Gerald McCoy as a person. He seemed like a really solid dude. And, hopefully he recover. And if he continues his career, so be it. If he ends up hanging them cleats up, I think he got to definitely have a future, in the booth or talking football. So, man, keep him in your thoughts, man. But we move on to Dez Bryant. He hasn't played a snap since 2017. He signed with the Saints the other year. Then he ruptured his Achilles. And that's kind of what happened when you don't actually get to ease yourself back into football workouts. I'm pretty sure he's been working out, before that and right now. But, when you kind of go through unorchestrated workouts where change the direction to somebody else controlling the pace, that's kind of what happens. Dez Bryant refused to take a pay cut from his $18 million base salary. They cut him. His personality and some of the things he did off the field. He had situations with his mother and stuff of that nature. And that's kind of what happened. Not the mama thing, but that's kind of what happened when you play at the crib. All right? That's just what it is, man. It's a lot of distractions. That's why you got young people, they don't want to play at the crib. All right? So, but he moves on. He was a good receiver, you know what I'm saying? And he wasn't like he was just living off athletic ability because he wasn't the most athletic dude, all right? He was big and strong, and his athletic ability was way, way, way above average. But, he just didn't really learn the route tree, and I think that kind of hurt him. But he's a dude that, kind of like Calvin Benjamin, can kind of use his body and get in position. I think he should have still been in the league, but I'm not sure if Jerry Jones blacklisted him or whitelisted him, whatever you want to say, or, his personality turned some people off. Because still, you look down the line, 3 years later, he's still getting, workout tries. The Saints liked him, brought him in. He blew his Achilles out, and now the Baltimore Ravens giving him a try. So, I ain't been the biggest Dez Bryant fan, but, at the end of the day, I think he's been eating his humble pie on his couch. And I do think he deserves another opportunity. Obviously, Baltimore is looking for a receiver. They got a lot of small, shifty receivers. Willie Snead, Hollywood, Brown, and he kind of put some weight on. I think they said he put on like 20 pounds of weight or muscle or whatever. So, there's a fit there. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he can primarily work out the slot. Can you ask him to run, a post, a corner, in, a dig? He should be able to run some of those routes and kind of use his position to kind of be like an additional, tight end from the slot or out there. But they need that big body receiver to go with Mark Andrews. So I think it's a good fit if he's able to kind of ease himself in there. Didn't lose too much athletic ability after Achilles and sitting on the couch. But, geez Louise, he's been out for 3 seasons almost. And, hopefully he took care of his money, but he still want to play 3 years later, and they have to ease a guy like this in the camp. He got to go through a conditioning part, even if he can pass the conditioning drill, and then you ease him in the workload. But I don't think Dez has much to give anymore. Hopefully I'm wrong. But Cam Newton has been listed as the #1 starter first day of training camp, so he's above Jordan Stidham. Now, does that mean something? I mean, yeah, that probably means he went in the classroom. We know Cam been around the league. He should know coverages, and he should know how to break down defenses and X's and O's over a second-year player in Jordan Stidham. But what is really going to boil down where he can separate himself and remain on the roster and continue to get that roster bonus in his incentive-laced contract, what's really going to boil down to for Cam Newton is accuracy. How do they fit in the offense? I know McDaniels could throw some things in the offense to make Cam feel better, but ultimately Cam has to make the transition that many, many athletic quarterbacks have. Not just black quarterbacks, but white has made it as well. Steve Young used to run out there like a chicken with his head cut off. He has to continue to say, you know what? I only should use my legs when it's imperative to lose my legs. He has to make the transition that Randall Cunningham and Steve Young made throughout their career, and he has to sit in the pocket and deliver. He can't sit and read one and then take off and run. He can't run like that no more. His body cannot physically hold up anymore. If he continues to play, if he can find a way to continue to play from the pocket, Cam could probably play another 3 or 4 or 5 years and get a $100 million contract. If he can't play from the pocket and can't dissect defenses and he feel like he got to run, Cam Newton is barely going to make it through this year. Be nice another year. So Cam has to sit there, play from the pocket, dissect defenses, and he got to be accurate. His accuracy has been questionable for a long time in his career. He's kind of been high. And coming through New England, you don't really have any tall receivers, no Gronkowski. You're throwing into a shorter back, shorter receiver. So Cam got to adjust his accuracy. And at this point, can you teach a new dog, an old dog, new tricks? That's hard. Sometimes they say accuracy is something they can't teach, but a lot of times it's technique, foot placement, shoulder placement, and all that good stuff. But they don't have one big-time receiver over there. And he's used to not having those guys. But like I said, this doesn't mean he's going to win this arm race because injuries can happen. It's the first padded day. Can Stidham step up and make some plays? Absolutely. Can Cam Newton go down and get injured? Absolutely. But like I said before, if Cam is able to take New England and even make it to the playoffs and have a solid season, and Tom Brady don't make it to the playoffs, Bill Belichick going to feel like he been validated and vindicated. All right. But, happy to see Cam out there balling. I think Bill Belichick get a bad rap. I think he'll let Cam kind of do some things, and they had kind of put some Tebow-ish things in there for Cam. But I think that shit got to stop. If Cam want to last and continue to kind of be on the Hall of Fame road, Cam got to stop using his legs on a regular basis. He got to use his legs on like scrambling like third and short or third and mid and the defense breakdown. Cam has to become a precision pocket passer or something close to it. If he don't, he run, Cam not going to be last through the season. So, Gerald McCoy, hope he get better. Dez Bryant, hope he find his home and find solace in his career. And Cam Newton, hope he be starting. We always love to see black quarterbacks out there balling and starting in the league and hopefully do some great things in New England. Don't forget, check out our NFL Talk playlist. Don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. Keep sharing the videos. Other than that, man, Twitter is the fastest way. Instagram, then Facebook, if you want to reach out to me, you got a Facebook group, want to make a donation, CJ Good 313 is the Cash App. PayPal's in the description. If you missed the Cash App, that's in the description as well. Let me know what you guys think about Cam.